Hello, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley and this is Faithful Ratters. So, as you can tell from the title of this video, today I'm going to be introducing you to all of my rats. I have filmed this once before, but I was so focused on holding the rats and thinking about who was next and all that stuff that I didn't tell you all the stuff about them that I wanted to tell you. So I'm gonna do that now. So I'm gonna make sure to tell you how old they are, when they were born, where they were from, interesting things about them, maybe perhaps some of the things that they've gone through. And yeah, it's going to be so fun. So I have 9 boys at the moment. Currently, we might be expanding in the near future, which is really exciting. But we have 9 boys here at the moment. We have a mischief of 7 that live in this little zoo Ventura. And then I have 2 older lone boys who are in the process of being introduced. And there will be a whole entire video about the process of them being introduced, as I'll get onto later. It's a bit of a complicated situation. So I also wanted to know my little ratty footprints on my shoulder. These are from the first rat that I lost. His name was Rose and he was a tiny baby, which is why they're so small. And this is one of my most recent tattoos. I also have a Histopteryx tattoo on my shoulder, which is so exciting. But anyway, yeah, so I just wanted to point those out because they're really cute. So yeah, I'm going to get into introducing the boys. They aren't going to be in order, they're just going to be in the order of they appear to me because they're on free roam right now. So yeah, so first boy here is Osiris. His birthday is the 20th of October 2022. He is about 6 months old now. He is a Dumbo Black Berkshire. He has a cute little belly spot here, very cute. He is an adventurous little rat. He came from Animal Rescue and Care actually, ARC, in Tottenham, something like that, somewhere in London. And he was born at the rescue. They took in an intake of about 15 rats. One of them was male and a lot of the females were pregnant, so they were very far along, so the pregnancies weren't able to be stopped. So there was a lot of babies in rescue, which is why I took them in. Osiris is a cheeky boy. He loves water. He loves to dunk his head in water. He is really personable, which is really cool given his background. Oh god, they've got an orange. Sorry about that. Oranges aren't great for male rats. I mean, they're fine, but you know, anyway, we're not going to get into that myth. So yeah, guys, this is a great video. Okay, back to the video. So Osiris is really personable. He's actually won Best Rescue at an MRC show recently. I'll put in his little picture of him with his rosettes. So yeah, he's a great little rat. He was named after Cade, which was one of our first rats who did die in our outbreak, and he was the same variety. So Rat Dad named him after the same game as Cade, and his show name is Phoenix of the Dark Ages. This is Ezio. He is a Agouti Essex Dumbo. He's a very cute boy. I'm not going to hold him for too long because it's not his favourite thing, is it? No. But this is Ezio. So he is from Kinnera Rats. He is from a really great breeder who happens to be my friend now, and also my tattoo sister. I got her, she saw my tattoo, my skull one, and loved it and went to my tattoo artist. It was really fun and really great. But yeah, so that is Ezio. His name is Ezio and his show name is Kinnera Umbra de Firenze. He was named after one of the assassins. Named after one of the assassins in Assassin's Creed by Rat Dad. He is a little bit more reserved. His whole litter were a little bit this way. They came from an outcross, which means that sometimes temperament is a little bit unexpected. He's not scared or a feisty rat or anything like that. He just is a little bit more reserved. He's more of a rat than a person rat. He is really beautiful. I think he is absolutely gorgeous, and he is really a really great example of an Essex aside from his bit of a wonky blaze. He has won Mark Dumbo at a show before. I'll add in a picture of him with one of his rosettes. He is a really sweet boy. He's really confident. He just doesn't really like people that much. So yeah, that's Ezio. Now this is Maccabee. Ezio's birthday is the 15th of August, by the way, so he's about 8 months old now. So Maccabee was just here, but I put him down. We don't really know what his variety is. We think maybe birth, maybe a really roaned out light coloured roan. We're not really sure. He came from the litters that Osiris came from at Ark, so his birthday is the 20th, I think, and then I think Latka's birthday is the 19th of October, so that he's about 5 months old too. He is, when he was at the rescue with his fosterer Finn, he was the bravest and the most character driven out of the litter. He's a really fun little rat. He is really funny about him. He was the biggest rat in the litter for a long time. I think he just had his growth spurt early because he's now actually, aside from Tashi, our smallest rat, which I think is funny. I think he must have had his growth spurt first, but that is Maccabee. He is named after Judah Maccabee. He and his brothers, they all came to us on the first night of Hanukkah, so I went with Hanukkah theme name. So if you don't know the story of Hanukkah, Judah Maccabee was one of the soldiers that liberated the Jews in Persia, and so that's why he's called Maccabee. And hold on guys, here is Maccabee again. He has ruby eyes, which is really interesting, which confuses his variety even more so. But yeah, he's a sweet, sweet boy, and I love him a lot. Macca, macca, macca. Macca, macca, macca. Who's next? We'll do the last rescue boy. So this is Latka. He is also got a Hanukkah related name. His show name is not quite a hash brown because potato latkes are a fried food eaten on Hanukkah. Maccabee's show name is the Miracle of Lights because that is what Hanukkah is. But this is Latka, not quite a hash brown, that's his show name. He's really sweet. He is a champagne Dumbo. Not quite to standard, but given his background, that makes total sense. He was, when we first got him, a little bit more reserved than the other rescue boys, but he has come out of his shell and he has a little bit of a soft spot for me, I think. I hope. He actually did a lot of snuggling with me when he first came home, which the other boys were more interested in, like running around and doing fun stuff. So that is Latka. He is a really cute, really special boy. I mean, they're all very special to me. Somebody is on my bottom. Osiris wants to come and say hello. You're not talking about me. So yeah, Latka is also 5 months old. Wait, no, they're almost 6 months old. Guys, so old. So old. This is Aldwin. He is a Burmese. He's a really pretty boy. I think he has really pretty eyes. He is from Rainmaker Rattery. We got him in June of 2022. His birthday is the 10th of March, so he's just turned 1. Will be actually coming up to 13 months old now. He is a really, really sweet boy. He was one of the 2 rats that we had during the outbreak, the 2 that survived. They were kittens when it started, which is really crazy that they're now 1-year-old rats, and that's how far away the breakout was. He's a really sweet boy. He's really adventurous. He is really clumsy and throws himself around like you would not believe. He is a really sweet boy though, and I'm really happy and proud, and I feel very lucky that the outbreak didn't mentally affect them. We're not sure if they did have it, because I think it's probably likely that at some level they did have the infection, just the prophylactic treatment actually warded it off in their case, which was really sad that it didn't work for any of the others. But to get any of them through that was absolutely like a miracle in my belief, so we're okay with that. He came from Rainmaker. He is actually the nephews of our other Rainmaker rats, Rosen, Coram and Akatosh. They were born on the 6th of April, which was yesterday. Well, it was the 6th of April yesterday when I was filming, so it was what would have been their 2nd birthday, which is really sad because Rosen, as I mentioned, he died as a kitten, and those 2 boys died in the outbreak, so they're not here, and they would have been too, but it was really special. We got Aldwin and his brother Bentham on the 1-year anniversary of Rosen's death, which was a complete accident. I didn't even realise that was the case until a little bit later on, but it felt really special, and they felt really special, and they were, and they always have been, and absolutely love Haley's rats. They're beautiful, they do really well at show, but they're also just really great pets and really loving, and yeah, I just think he is a special boy, except when he bites your lip and he's trying to lick your mouth. Isn't that right? Now, this is Aldwin's brother. His name is Bentham. He is a Russian Burmese. He has the same birthday. He was from the same litter. So he came from Haley at Rainmaker. He's the alpha of our group. He is a big, chunky, handsome stud buck. And he's a really special guy. He, like Aldwin, survived the outbreak. And I'm just really lucky and grateful that we had some boys survive that. I don't know if losing all of them I would have ever been able to get back into rats, but they survived it, they made it through. Bentham is a no messing around sort of guy. He does like his fair share of tussling. He's quite big and loves his food as well. He is just a great boy, and despite not having the leadership and learning from all the adult rats, he did really well and does really well as the alpha of the group. As I mentioned, Ezio does like people, just on his own terms. Are you going there? So, Aldwin's show name is Rainmaker World Eater. He was named by Rat Dad from, like some of our other rats in the past, from the Elder Scrolls universe. Oh. Bentham was named after Jeremy Bentham, who is a philosopher and was sort of like the ideological founder of my undergrad university. His show name is Stolen Heads. It's a really long story, but basically Jeremy Bentham, the philosopher, left his real body to the university, UCL, and they had it like taxidermied and has it as a school mascot, and then a rival school stole his head, so that's where Stolen Heads comes from, and that is almost all of our boys. The last boy is Tushy. He is a chocolate American cinnamon Essex Dumbo, and special about him, he has odd eyes. He has a ruby eye and a red eye. He is a really special boy. He actually came from a litter where I think it was their mum had poor milk supply, so his litter was quite, like all of the rats in it were actually quite small in size. So he looks like a fully grown adult buck in his sort of like build and his head shape and all of that stuff. Like he is like stocky, and if he was bigger he would be a great stud buck. But he is just a little mini boy. He is a bit sickly as well, which I attribute a bit to the fact that his mum had a poor milk supply. But yeah, this is Tushy, and his show name is Kinra Buttslap, because Tushy is the Yiddish word for bum. And Tushy is really adventurous, has always been adventurous from the start. He is a great climber, he's very agile, he's very fun, he's very personable. He's just a great little rat. He is wonderful and is the perfect temperament and the great example of the Kinra temperament. Cheeky and active and fun and playful and confident, and yeah, he's a special little boy. And I think his heterochromia also just gives him a little edge that some of the other rats don't have. So that is the mischief of 7 that live in this little Zubenchora behind me. I will add in a clip about the other 2 boys, but I'll have to do that later because obviously they don't live in this room. So this is Remy. A lot of you will know him. He's a very special rat to me. He is what I believe to be a Russian dove, Rex Dumbo. He's a very, very sweet boy. He's a special, very special boy to me. He came from a rehoming situation. He lived with one other cage mate who died, which is why he came to us to get friends. But he is very anxious and is a interesting boy when it comes to intros. So we're trying something a little bit different, a different method than what I would normally recommend. And I'll be making a whole video about that. Remy is such a sweet, loving boy. I spoke about in a vlog once. I feel like Plum gave him to me. But this is Remy. He is almost 30 months old. He was born in what what we estimate to be October of 2020. So he's a really old boy. He has his NERS Bronze Longevity Award, which is really exciting, and in 2 months he'll have his Silver Longevity Award. He really doesn't look like an old man. He's relatively healthy. He's got a little bit of kidney degeneration, but otherwise he's a really healthy boy, and he's really special. He's really sweet, and I'm really happy to have him and to have been able to give him a second chance. He absolutely loves nesting. He doesn't normally live in this room, and that's why he's so intrigued by the cage. But I really do think that he was meant to be mine, and he's a really special boy to me. He really likes triangular food, so when he came to us, he'd been fed on Science Selective, so I got him over eventually to my mix. But he loves triangle food. He also really likes tortilla chips, don't you? Shall we go and get a tortilla chip after this? Nacho rat. Nacho rat. Yeah, he is a really special boy, and I don't really know what I'm going to do when he goes, but that's Rem Rem. His show name, even though he's never going to go to a show, is Chef de mon coeur, which means chef of my heart in French. Because obviously his name's Remy. I didn't name him Remy, but I wanted to give him a show name like everybody else gets. And that's Remy. That's a Remy boy. And the last boy is little Mr. Larrykins. He is a champagne hooded. He's quite an elderly looking boy. He is an elder. He is probably over 2 years old. We really don't know. His previous owner doesn't remember his age. He's such a sweet boy. He just sits and boggles when I hold him. He's really lovely. His show name, even though he's never going to go to a show, is Curb Your Enthusiasm, after, you know, Larry David. And he's just a sweet, snuggly boy. A really patient as well, really patient with Remy. So the bonding is going relatively well. This lovely boy who's just boggling. I don't know if you can see. That's what he's doing. He's such a good boy. He looks a little bit worse for wear, but he's doing well. He's currently being treated for a respiratory infection and some blood in his pee. And he's on a bit of painkillers, but he's doing well for his age, aren't you, Larry boy? I'm really glad that we had taken him in. He's a very sweet boy. Right, that's me off. I'm going to go and do his bonding session with Remy and get ready for a show tomorrow. Yay! Oh, sorry, Larry. Yay! Thank you so much for watching this video. I would really love it if you could comment down below who out of my rats is your favourite and why. I think it'd be really fun to know if it's the cutest one, or you think the personality is the best, or you just feel like an affinity to one of them. I don't think out of the main group I have any heart rats. However, I would say that Remy and Larry as well are very, very special to me. Look at them boy in the background being chaos. If I had to pick a heart rat out of any of the rats that I do have, it would be Remy, and he's just a special boy. So anyway, if you have any other questions about my rats, do leave them down in the comments. If you have questions about Larry and Remy's bonding, leave those too, because I would like to answer them in the video that I will be making. And yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Faithful Rattos, the same like profile picture and everything. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!